President George Weah, according to him, will be launched in London, March, and in Washington, D.C. in April. So follow that. We will be bringing you update as it relates to that launch as the time gets closer. But we have live on the line Mr. Joe Mason. He's the national president of the Association of Liberian Journalists in the Americas. Mr. Mason, are you there?
I'm here. Can you all hear me now?
Yeah, like you used to do it back in the days when you don't have them, you get it on the phone.
I know, right?
It's good to have you, Mr. President. Happy Friday. It's the start of the weekend. I know ALJA is bereaved as well with the loss of Mother Marisa, a veteran, has left us after. I mean, it's just so much for your association.
It's a difficult period, but let me say thank you, Cyrus, to you and to Nathan as well for just incredible work you all continue to do, continuing to make a difference in our community. So I'm sure when you envisioned this project a couple of months ago, you knew you were going to be making this difference, and I think you probably have achieved the goal. Well, you haven't achieved it, but you're working towards achieving it, and I just wanted to commend you all for everything you do. I see you all over in the community. There's so many things going on, but I see you guys having to leave one event and rush to another event. So I just wanted to say thank you for what you all do. Relative to ALJA, yes, this is a difficult period for the organization. Not only have we just lost, you mentioned Ms. Marisa, a member of our Midwest chapter, but we also recently lost Mr. Patrick Menju. Mr. Menju was a founder of ALJA. He was recently buried as well, and we also just lost the wife of our board member, the Midwest chapter board member, Mr. Patrick Kuman. So it's been a really difficult period for our organization, and I just want to extend thanks and gratitude to our members who've been very supportive of the respective bereaved families, whether it is that of our sister Marie, Mistress Gwendolyn Manjo and the Manjo family, and Mr. Patrick Kume and his family as well.
I know, Mr. President, we keep our hearts out to those families as well. But on the flip side, with even in the midst of all of the bereavements, you are making moves. You are on wheels in Liberia. Though Nathan is asking, what kind of wheels are you using?
Not the pen wheel, of course.
Okay. And we saw your team in Liberia yesterday, making sure you can provide some empowerment for the media through equipment, training, and others. You want to expand a little on this?
Correct. Thank you, Cyrus. One of the overarching goals of ALJA is to empower the media. That is one of our goals. That is one of the reasons for which ALJA was established. This is in the capacity building beyond the advocacy work we do. So as part of that initiative of empowering the media, we on yesterday made a donation of about 20 laptop computers and digital voice recorders. I think this is the biggest donation yet to the media. We began this exercise in 2001. I think with a small number, about 5-6 computers. We expanded that effort last year to about a dozen, and this year we're doing about 20. Obviously, the need is great, and there's been a lot of positive reception to our efforts in Monrovia, which is good. The recipients who gathered yesterday have been effusive in the praise for ALJA and what we're doing. But obviously, there's some discontent among some of the other media institutions who've not benefited. What we say to them is that we realize that the need is great, but the resources is not enough to go around at one time. I believe this will be an exercise that will continue to engage in, even when I'm gone, because this is important to helping to empower the media, especially this year when we're going towards general and presidential election. And one of the things I was pleased about, Cyrus and Newton, is that we were intentional about reaching out to rural radio stations because they're so important in informing and educating people as we go towards elections. So we're able to cover, I think, about 10 or 11 rural radio stations in about, I think, 10 counties. we're very, very pleased about that, even though we did cover other media entities in Monrovia. But the fact that we're intentional about reaching uh, the folks in rural counties was something that I was very pleased about.
Now, Mr. President, I know this will cost a lot in dollars and cents. You want to tell us how much will I mean did this latest presentation of donation cost? How are you getting funding and support for all of this?
This latest donation cost upwards of anywhere between $8,000 to $10,000, and the funds come primarily from our members. Our members gathered every year, and not just our members, of course, but we also have friends and partners who assist ALJA in what we do. We do have a media fund drive, which is designed exclusively for the efforts to be able to give back to the media. So we raise funds every year when we do meet at our convention, and those funds help to carry out not just the purchase of these logistics and supplies, but you also realize too, Cyrus, that we have scholarship students, the Department of Communications and Media Studies at the University of Liberia. So the funds we raise also go to support those students at the university. As a matter of fact, during the presentation yesterday, we're able to fulfill our requirement to these scholarship students for the current semester at the university. So yeah, the media fund drive is designed exclusively to help ALJA support efforts in Liberia that is designed to empower the media. And those funds come from one, primarily our members, and also from partners and friends of ALJA.
All right, so I know it's a huge one indeed, but let's looking into elections. I know you are empowering these people for positivity. We are in a very crucial year, Mr. President, a year of
Mhm.
elections in Liberia, a year that will define which role our country takes in the next couple of months. What's your own thinking firstly about the media and going into elections? What are plans? To empower these people across the country that are to report exactly what will be happening in those counties.
Yeah, so what we did yesterday was part of that effort to help empower them. Obviously, we'll continue to explore other ways that AJA can be impactful when it comes to assisting media gear up for the the election scheduled for October. There will continue to be ongoing training and capacity building, and that AJA will undertake in partnership with some of our colleagues on the ground. So these are intentional efforts, and yesterday was certainly not the last. There will be ongoing efforts to help the media as we go towards elections.
So finally, what's your message out there to the community, the people? Is your final year, Mr. President? You are hosting, your chapter is hosting this year's convention. What are plans so far as you wrap up on this interview?
Well, I want to be grateful to the chairperson of this year's convention, Mrs. Monica Shaw Giddings, and the committee. They've been working very hard to ensure a very successful 2023 National Convention year in Minnesota. Like you said correctly, it's my last year, and we're doing our best to ensure that the convention is successful. Not only that, but they were raising enough money to ensure that the new administration is off to a great start. So we will be hoping to see many of our colleagues from Monrovia this year. We send out invitations early so that way they can begin to plan to be here, realizing too that election is in October, general elections in Liberia is in October. So we brought our convention forward to ensure that folks who will travel will still have the chance to go back to Liberia and be a part of the process. And I'm sure there are other members of ALJA who will themselves want to travel to Liberia to be a part of these elections. One of the things we're also trying to do, Cyrus, as part of the ALJA's involvement in the 2023 elections, we are discussing ways that members of ALJA from our organization can either be monitors, or we're also talking about seeing how ALJA can provide the platform for candidates to engage each other, what is at the level of the presidency or other positions that are up for grab in this election. So there are a lot of plans that we are discussing right now. We're hopeful that those plans will begin to come together in the next few months, if not weeks.
All right, Mr. President, we leave you at that. I know we had to pull you away from a busy start of the weekend, but we wish you all the best on the weekend. And if there is anything that will pop up, we hope to continue to get you on as it relates to the issues affecting Liberia, especially the media landscape.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. I appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Joe Mason, he's the national president of the Association of Liberian Journalists in the Americas, ALJA, speaking